Acknowledge first our council members who are present with us this afternoon. Of course, we have Councilman Fleury and Councilman Efferson who's with us, so thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
I also want to acknowledge some of our team leaders, our directors and department heads who are standing alongside us today. So many of these people have worked diligently for the past 4 years, and certainly we want to acknowledge their hard work. Let me tell you, I'm excited, really excited, about what we've been able to accomplish the past 4 years in office. We continued the positive momentum of getting things done from our very first year to our very last year, making with all of the challenges we faced coming into office, we remain resilient, determined, and committed to pushing ahead to make Shreveport the very best. And we were able to see some of the goals come to fruition. As you're aware, as some of you may be aware, I committed to providing a progress report each year to the citizens of this great city. Therefore, today, I would like to share with you a few highlights of our fourth year progress report, which is strictly aligned with our strategic plan. Both documents, of course, can be viewed in its entirety at www.shreveportla.gov. And we've made some great strides during our 4 years, so we're going to ask our citizens and our publics to please go to that website, because today we will only give you just some of the highlights. And so with that said, we will just name a few of the highlights from 2018, and we'll do a little wrap-up of some of the things we've done in 4 years. Other department heads, if you all would like to join us, please come on up. Thank you so much. This year, the City of Shreveport was awarded a Choice Neighborhood Implementation Grant, as most of you know, for more than $24.2 million. The Choice Neighborhood Program, of course, focuses on transforming neighborhoods of concentrated poverty into income neighborhoods of long-term viability by revitalizing severely depressed public and/or assisted housing. This grant will benefit the Allendale, Ledbetter Heights, and the west edge of downtown Shreveport. Groundbreaking, of course, on the quality workforce housing will be done in early 2019. We continued, of course, with our street improvement plan in 2018 and began 103 new street projects totaling $12.4 million. With 94 completed this year. Come on up, Councilman Jenkins. Thank you for being here this afternoon.
Better late than never. Sorry.
Better late than never. Thank you. Of course, the last 4 years represents one of the most aggressive citywide street improvement efforts in the history of our city, I believe, with about 313 street improvement projects completed at a cost of more than $60 million. We attacked the most deplorable, of course, and the most problematic streets first across the city. In complying with the Department of Justice sewer consent decree, the majority of 2018 legal milestones were met or exceeded ahead of schedule. This year, $90 million were spent for sewer-related work, with $71 million of that being federal consent decree projects. To date, 33 projects totaling $185 million have been designed and constructed for Phase 1 of the consent decree sewage overhaul. The new trenchless technology being used, of course, was deployed, and hopefully it will save us more than $100 million on this infrastructure improvement in our city. I want you to know that it's been more than 50 years since work of this magnitude for infrastructure has been undertaken by the City of Shreveport. SPAR, of course, served more than 477,000 youth and adults in 2018 at our community centers and other public facilities through various programs. Independence Stadium continues to be the hub for multiple sporting and community events. And 1.5 million visitors and citizens attended in our city parades, festivals, trade shows, and conventions. SPAR had a successful year, completing more than $6.2 million in 2011 bond projects. The projects included places like Southern Hills Outdoor Recreation, Valencia Community Center, Lakeside Community Center, Bill Cockrell Outdoor Recreation, and several other things were done that we completed in 2018. Of course, this brought us a total of about $35 million spent on public facilities over a 4-year period. SportTran celebrated its first anniversary under our new intermodal transit system concept. In June 2018, we completed construction of the new Southwest Transit Hub building at Cedar Grove Park. We won another Federal Transit Administration's low or no emission vehicle deployment grant for another $1.5 million, which will fund 2 additional electric buses and 2 additional depot chargers. The total amount of grants for SportTran is more than $8 million over the last 4 years. The City Attorney's Office continued to maintain its aggressive approach to saving tax dollars through improved efficiency, oversight, and management of the City of Shreveport legal matters. Despite the costs related to successfully defending several lawsuits filed by litigants, attorneys' fees still remain lower than those fees paid in prior administrations. The City Attorney's Office also established a better system of checks and balances with this risk management division and has reduced the number of overall claims and claims that result in litigation. This office recovered over $7 million in claims dating back to 2009 that the city had not requested. For 2018, our airport was awarded more than $16 million in grant funds from the Federal Aviation Administration and Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development for the extension of runways at both Shreveport Regional and downtown airports. These projects will greatly improve the infrastructure and safety at the city's airports and will add significantly to the local economy. The Shreveport-Charlotte route has resulted in good performance, causing American Airlines to announce that effective January 7th, 2019, the 2 daily Charlotte flights will be upgraded to a larger aircraft with an additional 1,000 seats in the market each month, and will include the addition of Wi-Fi access and a first-class cabin. Also, we attracted and negotiated a lease with a major aircraft maintenance, repair, and overhaul airline, the Western Global Airlines, during the 2018 calendar year. Our men and women in blue have continued to serve this city with courage and pride. Through November 30th of this year, SPD officers responded to over 215,000 calls for service, investigated over 8,000 vehicle accidents, and arrested over 10,000 offenders, and the list goes on. The police department initiated a new aggressive recruitment strategy that resulted in the hiring of 68 police officers for this year alone. As of December 12, 2018, the department is processing another 114 applications to start a basic academy class in February of this upcoming year. More than 100 new officers have been hired during the past 4 years. Our Shreveport Fire Department continues to retain its Class 1 rating, reducing citizens and business fire insurance premium rates, and that's very significant.